Welcome to biology class. We are doing chapter the respiratory system. In the last video, we have discussed the organs of respiratory system. We have learnt in detail about nose and nasal cavity, pharynx and larynx. Larynx opens into a tube-like structure called trachea. Trachea is also known as windpipe. It runs right in front of the esophagus. It is a tube made up of cartilaginous rings. Trachea connects the pharynx and larynx to the lungs. It provides a clear and free passage for air to enter and exit the lungs. The inner lining of trachea has tiny hair called cilia. They catch dust and other pollutants and remove them out of the airway through coughing and prevent them from entering the lungs. The trachea divides into two bronchi inside the chest. Each bronchi enters a lung. The bronchi connects the trachea to the lungs. Inside the lungs, the bronchi get more branched and becomes primary, secondary and tertiary bronchi. Let us now learn about the most important organ through which the exchange of gases occur. Lungs. We have a pair of lungs that lie in the thoracic cavity. Lungs are protected from injury by the rib cage. Just below the lungs is a thick muscle called diaphragm. It is dome-shaped and separates the thorax from the abdominal cavity. The lungs are covered with a pair of membranes called pleura or pleural membranes. In between the two membranes, pleural fluid is present. This fluid helps to keep the surface of the lungs moist for easy diffusion of gases. It also protects the lungs from friction when the lungs expand and contract. The left lung is two-lobed, whereas the right one is three-lobed. Each lung is made up of millions of alveoli. The thin walls of alveoli are richly supplied with blood capillaries. Alveoli are the surfaces where gaseous exchange take place. So children, today we have discussed all these organs of respiratory system. Let us watch this video for better understanding of respiratory organs.
In humans, the main organs responsible for respiration are present in the thoracic cavity. In the thorax region, the rib cage and a dome-shaped fibrous tissue, known as the diaphragm, are observed. Present within the rib cage are the pleural membranes, which enclose the lungs. The right lung is divided into three lobes: the right superior, right middle, and the right inferior lobe. The left lung is smaller and has only two lobes, the left superior and the left inferior lobe. Both the lungs are associated externally with small tubular bronchi, which unite and extend into the trachea. The trachea has incomplete C-shaped rings of cartilage, which prevent the tracheal wall from collapsing. The trachea leads into the pharynx, which is connected to the nostrils. As we breathe in air, the oxygen molecules enter the nostrils and travel downwards through the pharynx and trachea to finally reach the bronchi. From each bronchus, oxygen travels into the lungs. Within the lungs, the bronchus divides repeatedly to form bronchioles. Oxygen travels through these bronchioles and reaches the alveoli, each of which is surrounded by a network of capillaries.
I hope you have understood and enjoyed today's topic. Thank you children. Stay safe.